Didn't know Iota wants even more. That's a 3K to remain the correct one.
But Aston has something to say about that as he flip resets his way down into the net, and it's a lead now for the Seminoles.
Hello and welcome back to the High School Esports Report. I'm your host, Coach Alne, and today we'll be catching you up on everything that went down during week 1 of the Spring Major. As always, feel free to use the timestamps to jump around to the games that you want to see first, but we do have a big announcement, which is the launch of our class presidents campaign in Discord. We're voting in a class president for each grade to lead their grade in competitions, challenges, and more during the school year, and during that time you'll be able to earn points for your grade. The grade with the most points at the end of the season will win a big virtual party, and the winning president gets a gaming PC from Asus. You only have until Thursday the 24th to apply to be president, so if that's you, hurry into our Discord and get your applications in. Here's a rundown of week 1 of Spring Major and how our power ranking teams are holding up during the start of the spring season. For VALORANT, all top 10 teams who were registered and played their first matches, well, they won, which should be no surprise. No upsets for the time being, but Wichita East saw some friendly fire. The school has 4 teams competing this season: White, Mafia, Blue Aces, and Blue, and all of their teams, with the exception of Wichita East Blue, won their first matchups. This is due to Blue losing out to their teammates on the Blue Aces. The Wichita East Blue Aces in particular are the 5th best team in the league according to our power ranking tier list. Looking into Rocket League matchups, almost every one of the top 10 teams swept their matchups with a 4-0 record. The number 9 team, Seven Lakes High School, lost a round to the Steel Knights, and another unranked team by the name of Troy Esports forced a Game 7 against our 7th ranked team, Naperville North. The Naperville Huskies remained victorious despite the tough games, but Troy Esports might be a team to look out for. With the brand new Call of Duty title in the fray of things, we weren't really sure how our returning Call of Duty players would handle the change-up. But it should be no surprise to see all of the top 10 teams who have played a match came out victorious during their first matchups. Each team swept their rounds, and currently there are no major upsets, although last season's champions, the North Shore Mustangs, have yet to make an appearance this season. And we also saw Atascocita Atacasida, and yet another one of our leagues starting out strong with a victory against Holy Name's own Vanguard team. Looking at our R6 PC league, we found 2 upsets right off the start of the season. Galesburg Esports, who is ranked 6th in our league, lost their first regular season game to Plum Senior High, a school who has yet to make an appearance on our leaderboard until now. The number 2 team in our league, East Lake High, also lost their first match of the season. However, their opponents should be a familiar face to any of those at home who have been keeping up with the power rankings. The Ridgewood Maroons claimed victory over the East Lake Titans. The Maroons were the number 1 ranked R6 Xbox team last season and also had one of the best 2K players in the league. The PC gamers better watch out as Ridgewood looks to take yet another title. As we look over to chess standings, all of our top 10 players who are registered and competing claimed victory in their first matchups, with the exception of Summit High's Raphael. Sorry to call you out like that, man. Raphael suffered a loss from Jason, who appears to be registered as a homeschool student. A unique side note, Tyson, the number 5 player in our league who competes under Thunder Esports, won his first matchup against Eric from Valley Christian High. While Eric might not be recognized as a power ranking competitor, his teammates Troy and Eliam, who also attend Valley Christian High, were ranked 2nd and 7th from last season. Eliam, the returning 2nd rank, actually has yet to play a first match this season. Taking a look at our PlayStation League for 2K, only one of the top ranked teams from last season has played their first match, the Charleston Pirates. However, their competitor is not the reigning champ from last season. Ahmad did secure a 2-0 victory for the Pirates against Cyber High School, but he should be expecting some stiff competition with teams like North Shore Senior High and GHS in the mix. As for the Xbox League, not a single one of the top ranked players from the fall has made a return yet. What does that mean for the league this season? Well, everyone in the Xbox League has the opportunity to become the new number 1 ranked player. So we're expecting to see some tough competitors amongst the newcomers and be paying attention as the season progresses. Looking at Rainbow Six on the console side, there's not a whole lot to report as we're still waiting for a lot of matches to roll in. OABCIG High, our number 3 ranked team, did already get a face-off against the returning champs, the Ridgewood Maroons. Fortunately, suffering defeat, and the Maroons did hold down the fort in both PC and Xbox R6 matches. While there were no major moves being made over in the PlayStation League, Atascocita Atacasida. Why is that name here so much? Debuted their console team by securing a win over, get ready, New York City Charter High for Architecture, Engineering, and Construction Industries. When looking at CSGO, there's really only one minor upset as we kick off the season. Atakasada, let me know if I said that right, who is ranked 4th in CSGO, lost their opening match to High Tech LA, a team all the way out of Lake Balboa, California. Milburn, last season's winners, are running 2 teams this season. Team 1, the CSGO champs during our fall major, who started off with the victory over BHS, while Milburn's Team 2 fortunately suffered a loss against an upcoming team this season, the Griffins, who, side note, are ranked 3rd in our R6 PC League. Moving on to Minecraft, it's a little trickier to run through as it doesn't exactly fall in the same traditional matchup as our other games, but currently Glenegg High, who was ranked 6th last season, sits at 6th again this season with 90 points. Greenville and another student from Glenegg also have 49 and 40 points respectively. So players to keep in mind for this season though is BTWB, as they currently have 142 points. For perspective, 2nd and 3rd on the leaderboard sit at 104 and 101 points apiece. We're going to have to pay attention to see how this develops, but it looks like Minecraft may be full of new competitors this season. For Halo, with the game being so new and this being our first season running it, we don't have any previous power rankings to compare, so we're not going to have a ton to report on until the season gets a little further underway. However, there are some familiar names to keep an eye on as the season progresses. Atakasada, whose Halo Red team won 3-1 against the Andover Trojans, the Crestwood Chargers, who stomped the Blood Wolves in a 3-0 matchup, and GHS, who also swept a 3-0 victory against Eastview High School. And last but not least, Monsignor Farrell, who claimed victory over Atakasada's other Halo team in a 3-0 matchup. If you've enjoyed this week's breakdown of the power ranking standings in our regular season so far and want to keep up with the upsets and underdog teams, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and also turn those notifications on so that you can stay up to date on the latest news from the High School Esports League. We'll see you next week. But some familiar names to keep an eye on as the season progresses. Atakasada. God damn, why is that name here so much? Atakasada.
The COS is what makes the cost. Like
Atakasada. I know, it just needs to be ATAKOSITA. All right, if you've enjoyed this week's breakdown of the power ranking standings in the regular season, that's a sentence.